Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Thursday evening, 8 p.m., and you're listening to the home of Commodore 64 remixes, Slay Radio. Let us spice up your evening with Slaygon's incoherent ramblings.
Anywho Hazel.
And Ziona's pro dance moves to the best selection of remixes, sits, and demo scene tracks. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this thing. Slay tuned.
Fiddly-dum.
Fiddly-dum. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Well, it's evening at least.
Isn't it good?
Well, it remains to be seen, I guess.
Yeah, we will see. But today we also will have a slightly special evening. First of all, we will play your requests. And today we don't really have any specific topics, so you can ask for songs in any style, if you would like. But we have a very important thing to announce and a very important guest for today. We can welcome him after 9, and he is Chris Abbott. And since there are 3 days left from the 8-bit Symphony Pro project's Kickstarter campaign, we will talk a little bit about the importance of this project, how much it means to Rob Hubbard as well. And since the concert in June was a real blast, I'd say that it would be really great to have it on CD recorded in professional quality. But it's all up to us if we can make this happen. We already bagged it with Slaygon, and he's already participating in the project as well. So he's backing it on a double way, we can say so. And yeah,
it's kind of the continuation of the previous 8-bit symphony thing. So this is kind of taking it from the scores and everything and into the studio.
Yeah, and the results are, I think, still beautiful. We will see how far it can go in these 3 days. But the goal is £65,000, and practically this project cannot made on a cheaper way. So Chris really did his research on that as well. And every backer, even if the project goal is not fulfilled, every backer will get a free, previously unreleased digital 12-track compilation. So that's also good to know. And this is made of 64 remixes, just so you know. So this is just one amongst among many benefits that you can get, actually. And 682 people backed the project so far, which is a very nice number, I think.
Indeed. I'm trying to get my windows in some sort of order here, because I can't find the fucking thing right now.
I know your struggle, and we will give you some time. Probably we could play the first request of the evening then.
Yeah, we could do that. It's a nice coincidence there with the request and me actually lining up that exact song.
Yeah, you kind of had some sort of intuition going on there. Crowd Guy requested Fire Lord Symphonic Nod to Glyn, made by Peter Clark, and this is a brand new release on RKO, and he wishes us a happy show. Thank you very much.
Happy joy, happy joy, happy
and
joy.
And I haven't finished his message. Greetings flying out to Tab 64 from the 64 Club Berlin. Ooh, cool. Okay.
64 Club?
64 Club.
If you're 64 or older, or what kind of club is that?
You must be at least 64 years old, right? Okay.
Or you must have at least 164.
Yeah. Oh, that too. Yeah, indeed. So here comes the brand new Fire Lord made by Peter Clark. Peter Clark and Firelord Symphony, a nod to Glyn. This
And
was...
what a nod.
What a nod. Yeah, and those choirs there. Very nice.
Indeed. And the updated soundscape and everything. Very, very nice work there.
Yeah, and since I hate video games with long intros that you can't skip, joined us on Facebook, and he asked, "What's this?" You can always see the track name under the video. This is why we kind of put it there. So anything you like, you will see it right at the bottom. If I'm updating on time the stream title, sometimes it happens that I don't, but let's say it happens rarely, or let us be optimistic that it will happen rarely today. How was your weekend?
I can't remember the weekend, to be honest.
Yeah, so many things happened since, right? I know your struggle. Exactly.
What did I do over the weekend? I don't even know. I don't care. Nothing happened.
I know that I was partially working on the weekend, so that much I remember. Yeah.
Yes, same here. Partially, but yeah, there's always more to do.
Yep. And
Yep.
yeah, indeed. And I had a very adventurous Monday, Tuesday. I could say that because within 24 hours, I've been in Frankfurt, Amsterdam, Gothenburg, and Delft. And Munich, yeah. So that was fun. And exactly at the end of the 24 hours, I got back to Gothenburg. Yay. And it was worth it because, probably I would not have an opportunity to see Dave Rogers live outside Japan anywhere else. So, and of course, they were kind of doing a video clip there, and I have a slight feeling that we will be starring in that video clip too. So
no, we won't.
I mean, we with all the guests there that participated, mostly Dutchies, because it was kind of close for them. But turns out that there is a very nice representatives of Eurobeat scene in Netherlands. So I didn't know that, but
Well, that should have been kind of obvious, I guess, from the Stockholm event, parapara.nl.
The Stockholm event?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I didn't check the domain. Yeah, that's a fun thing. Yeah, it's and Sweden is not that far from the Netherlands either, but
Nah, it's a quick hop and a skip.
Yeah, generally it looks like everything that I love is up here. So what can we do? Especially the 64 remixes. So yeah, and how was all your weekend and previous days? We should ask after that. Probably not as adventurous as my Monday was.
Probably
because
not.
Let's say that okay, I did that, and I definitely did that because I'm a fan, but I would not repeat that like in a short notice, because let's say that I did not even have time to sleep in a hotel room, and sleeping on an airport for 2 hours until your flight is kind of taking off.
And then going straight to work?
Yeah, not the most optimal thing that you could do. So I was kind of a half day at work, and I definitely, we had great meetings and it was very inspiring. So I was completely awake until the end of the workday. But when I got home, Slaygon, all that Slaygon saw of me is me falling asleep. And then...
Yeah, well, I think... the rest of the week I've kind of had a bit of a trouble, so if you can read my t-shirt on the stream, it says error 4:04 a.m. sleep not found. I don't know why, but just haven't been able to sleep much or get some good sleep at least. So yeah, today I cannot brain very well.
You cannot brain?
Yeah, I cannot brain very well.
Yeah.
Well, that's not very different from any other day, but I don't know.
Yeah, we will somehow get back to the normal kind of days. Maybe it will take a little time because I also had a migraine starting yesterday, so that's also funny. Now it kind of is okay. But yeah, I wish that you had more pleasant previous days, or at least the previous 2 days that was kind of rough. And we have a nice request lined up here.
Do we now?
Yes, made by Z-Duder.
Hello, Z-Duder.
And Z-Duder says, greetings to the lovely Ziona. Oh, greetings to the lovely Z-Duder. And of course, Slaygon. I don't know how many requests you will be playing. Well, quite a few, so people, you can request songs now. It's the time for requesting songs still. Don't be afraid. But I wanted to request Master of Cowbells Erebus, Master of Cowbells Bok Mix, because it's absolutely fabulous and I can't hear it enough. Thank you very much either way and have a great show. Thank you for requesting that. And I know what you mean, right? It has this earworm part that is kind of hard to get rid of. And when he has shown me the preview before uploading to RKO, I had the same feeling at the refrain part. So here comes Master of Cowbells and Erebus. Anything against? No, okay. No.
Do it.
Okay. Master of Cowbells, Erebus.
Tick, 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 tick.
Yeah, Michael Wildhagen got some more cowbells in the end because he said too few cowbells for my taste.
Aha.
Aw. And of course, Cowbell answered, so sorry, I will add more in the next one. Yep.
That's excellent.
And I know it for a fact that they are up to something.
They?
Cowbell, yeah, Cowbell, and also someone who is with us on not on air, but she's listening. They are up to something.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh. Tell us more.
Well, maybe later because it concerns BitLive. So, yeah, we have an intention actually to kick their asses, but we will see how it goes. So.
Just for the record, I have no idea what she's talking about.
Exactly. That's why stay tuned for more. You will see. Yep. And yeah, Bionic DK said that, it was silent on IRC. You know, it changes from time to time. Sometimes people get more active there, and sometimes people get more active on Facebook. And Facebook, again, wants me to do a watch party in the Happy Cats group.
Well, cat-friendly music and all that.
Yeah, it looks like it's very cat-friendly music. I still wonder what all those 100,000 or I don't know how many members of Happy Cats would say if I would go on, like live, because all of them would get a notification, and that's basically spamming, so I don't want to do that.
You might be thrown off the group pretty
a
quick.
Little, yeah.
Well, is it a group or a page, or what is it?
No, it's a group. It's a group.
So they changed the number of people you can have in a group then?
Change the number of people.
Yeah, I think the maximum you could have in a group was like 5,000 or something like that.
No. Oh, it's like... No, the 5,000 is probably the maximum number of friends that you can have.
Yeah, but there was a limit for groups as well. For groups as well.
Are you sure?
Around about the time when they started doing the pages thing.
Okay, that's odd because I didn't know about that. I always saw like groups with enormous amount of members, like 50,000 and such. And I don't remember such, but I know that privately you can have maximum 5,000 friends on Facebook. So after that, you cannot receive any more requests. And I don't know if anyone heard it. Probably some of you did. That Facebook is considering to remove the like function because...
well, not removing, but hiding it.
Or hiding it, yes, sorry. It's, removing would probably be a bit more or bigger news, but hiding it because some people considered it as harmful since it's a sort of... it feels rewarding for some people when
it's a game.
Yeah, it's kind of a tricky one. It's very tricky because sure it can be it can feel rewarding, but what the reward means. So
yeah, well, I don't know. It's mostly like it feels like a competition between the one who posts and other posts, in a sense, because you as a poster would still see your own likes. So
yeah.
In that sense, it's not really doing much.
And your posts are even competing with each other sometimes. So if you post like several times per day, they can be competing against each other.
Yeah, so then you just add the likes or whatever. Who cares? Who cares about likes anyway? By the way, like our page on Slay Radio or on Facebook. And while you're at it, subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on Twitter. And,
but as far as I know, they kind of changed. A while ago, they changed the importance of likes too, because comments count more. And other reactions count more. And I don't know if it can be true or not. I just read it 1 or 2 weeks ago that there are reactions on Facebook that they don't matter that much. Like a like is not really a very important thing, but if you react with love or sad face or those strong indicators or stronger indicators, then it will have a significance, except the angry one. The angry one is taking away the importance of the post, I think.
Is this
like
some published thing somewhere, or what is it?
I think I read
Is it
it
just-
at Chris. Actually, it was posted around his profile. He posted about it, that if you push an angry face, the content is indicated as it upsets others, and therefore it won't show up that much, which sounds logical, but
Well, sure.
it wasn't confirmed. So
Yeah,
it's
I just
an
wonder
interesting thing.
if Facebook has actually posted something about that somewhere.
Yeah, I'm wondering too, because I haven't seen an official announcement about that, but I just read it.
Mm.
And
You just reddit.com.
yeah, you just reddit.com. I know that this can be dangerous. I know that. And we lined up a very lovely song.
Again?
Yes.
What is this? A lovely song evening?
Peter Clark seems to be popular today.
Yeah, but is this a lovely song evening, or what is it?
A lovely song evening, yes. Especially that part of the evening will be about symphonic songs anyway, and they are lovely.
That part?
What, that part?
You said that part. Which part?
That part of the show.
Which?
I mean, a part of the show. Not a part of the show. Never mind. After 9, after 9, we will welcome Chris Abbott, and of course, we will talk a little bit about the 8-bit Symphony Pro Kickstarter as well, since 3 days are left. So
Diddly doodly.
people, if you want to feel as being a part of it, you still can help the project, because every penny counts, as we know it. So, Taipan, an ear movie made by Peter Clark. Why this one?
Because it's nice.
Okay, because it's nice, as Morley would say.
Indeed.
أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله.
Taipan by Peter Clark, an ear movie. Ear movie?
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Well, just an interesting question. Movie and series geek, a friend of mine, a girl, is asking on Facebook. Blonde girl with red ribbon in her hair, short jeans shorts with on white and blue striped knee-high stocking. What series? Anyone?
What? Could you repeat that again?
Blonde girl with red ribbon in her hair, short jeans shorts with on white and blue striped knee-high stockings.
No idea.
Sounds sexy, I guess.
Sounds anime.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Big eyes, I guess.
Big eyes.
Jump up in the air, like 100 meters straight up in the air, and zoom in on the eyes, that sort of thing. And definitely anime.
And yeah, some reactions are saying that it sounds like a manga character. Or, yeah, exactly.
Anime or manga or whatever. Oops. What is going on? Stupid. Facebook
what
is
is
being
going
stupid.
on? Don't
Facebook
be stupid.
Is being stupid.
Don't be stupid, Facebook. We need you still. A little, at least.
A little, maybe.
Just maybe.
No, it just stopped playing for me for some reason. I don't know why.
I know YouTube does that for me now, so I don't see the YouTube thingy, but it's not.
YouTube is fine, but Facebook just stops every now and then.
It's not me who has to see it anyway, so yeah.
Besides the point. Oh,
So,
hey, Max Levine.
And hey, Lars Persson and Lilias Repson, because they also liked our video there.
Hello.
Yay!
Oh, wow, this is so energetic today, isn't it?
We have a rough week, so to speak. I'd say that
we're just oozing of energy today. I can just hear it as soon as I open my mouth.
It's a funny.
No.
I think it's partially because still it feels like it's the start of the week, but since it's Thursday evening, it's practically almost the end of the week.
Yeah, that's the weird thing. It kind of feels like a Monday for some fucking reason.
Yeah.
It's weird.
And you weren't even traveling like I was, so I don't understand.
It's weird.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
upset the whole rhythm of the week.
It's my fault.
The
I know.
rhythm of the week. Oh, yeah.
I didn't request you to stay up.
No, you didn't request anything.
No,
so...
I didn't. But yet you
nobody
still
did.
Yeah, I know.
And I didn't stay up. I just couldn't sleep.
Yeah, I know, because I wasn't with you. I know.
No,
I get it.
the rest of the week until now, I just couldn't sleep.
So I took away your sleep time, probably the previous 2 days. That's what happened.
Needed to double up on the sleep.
Yeah, that explains it, because I was sleeping a lot, yet still it doesn't feel like I did. So that's a funny thing, but yeah, never mind. Yeah, so let's kick off with the next request, shall we?
That's a good idea. Oh, by the way, speaking of requests, throw your requests in on slayradio.org under live, make request.
Yep.
That'll be helpful.
Feel free to do so.
Because as you can hear, we are not very energetic, so we might need some help in that department.
Energize us with your requests, indeed.
And Michael Wildhagen. Yeah, insomnia, in a sort of sense. No, quite insomnia, I think, is just not very good sleep.
Yeah.
Sleep, but not very good.
And we can't play Fateless here on this radio station, so yeah, but it was a great song. I agree on that. And the request is LP Chips, The Last We Ate Chill Out Mix. Oh, chill out. Yeah, we are going to sleep.
Yeah.
No,
could someone wake us up when the song is over? That'll be great. Okay, thanks.
No, it's a nice song. It's just, we have to wake ourselves up a bit. So. Yeah, Michael Wildhagen said sleep radio.
We sleep, you listen. Good night.
We are not saying good night yet. We have a guest after 9
Yes.
who happens to be Chris Abbott personally, and we will talk about this fascinating Kickstarter that is going on for 3 more days with a lot of backers behind, and it's still a bit of a question how it will end, but we are crossing all our fingers so it can end up well, but all the backers will get a gift. What?
I'm crossing all my fingers.
Oh my god. Okay, what kind of sacrifices one makes for a Kickstarter to happen? Don't break your fingers, please.
They are my money makers, so I'll try not to.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Well, not really my money makers. I'm not a surgeon.
Or not a pianist.
You said pianist.
I said pianist.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't help you mishearing things on a bad way.
Oh, is that bad?
No, it's not bad.
Hello, Kjell Breding.
Yeah,
Co-worker.
nice. Nice. I learned from Mordi, it appears so.
Sweet.
That's the second word that you kind of figured out. And also we have... Yeah, I kind of picked an interesting request here because Bionic DK wants to hear a version of a Thing on a Spring, DJ Ziona's choice.
Okay.
And since Chris will be our guest, I thought it would be fun to play one of his early remixes from '99. What do you think?
That could be fun. Boink.
Boink. Yeah, exactly. It's a Thing on a Spring 1999 by Chris Abbott, the man himself.
Jaish.
Yeah, Jaish and Vionic, it's not the Sid, definitely not. You could hear the slight beat under it. So, yes, that was Chris Abbott's remix of Thing on a Spring from 99.
99.
99.
Oh, and Sidman joins us on Facebook. Hello, Paul.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. I
Hi.
shall start up something here for you and all of us not to fall asleep. We will
No, I
wake
can't
up
hear it
very soon.
I
Yeah.
can't hear it anyway.
Yeah, it's your fault. Because you...
I could put my headphones on.
Yes, but you never do.
No, I don't.
It's always me who has to control what's going on.
Yeah, I can't reach the fucking thing from here anyway.
That is very true, but you could still listen.
Well, technically I could remote to it, but yeah.
Then it wouldn't be remotely that fun, haha.
Oh, wait. There we go.
And it seems like Michael Wildhagen started to party on himself. Say
Like party.
2000 party over. Oops, out of time. So tonight I'm gonna party like it's 1999.
Whee!
Yes, wee! And there's a discussion on IRC about cowbells. Yeah, it's a funny thing that Vionic said that, funny, I had an uncle that had a cow and milk farm. None of those had a cowbell on.
Oh.
Hmm.
Oh. That's not good.
Well, I can imagine how useful it could be when the cows are just wandering off. Or try to.
Or very annoying in case one of your kids was a drummer. Just chase the cows around to hit the cowbells. Bok, 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 all over the fields.
How is that better to override your kids' drumming skills with a cowbell?
No, I meant chasing the cows to play
Right.
the cowbells.
Uh-huh. Well, yeah, I don't know how this could be good, but it is just me, probably.
No, that's why I said it would be probably be annoying.
A little, yeah, most probably. And I had a song that was kind of not that easy to find because the artist might have renamed himself, I think, but managed to find it. It's Max Levin's request, and he wants to hear Rasmo and Tikeri High, whatever that means, actually. And it's Jess D. Skov Nielsen. So I don't know which
what?
one. Jess D. Skov
It's
Nielsen.
right there on RKO.
I know, I downloaded it, but the artist name is not the same. The arranger
Yes,
name
it
is. No, it's
It's
not.
Rasmo and Tikeri High. It's right there on RKO if you can spell.
Yeah, and you download the file, and it's Jess D. Skov Nielsen.
Aha.
Just saying, if you don't know that. So, yeah.
I think the tag actually says Rasmo, if I remember correctly. Anyway.
No, it
Yeah.
doesn't. Just so you know, only RKO says Rasmo. And that's why I didn't find it first at your directory. So, yeah, but here comes the track for Max Levine.
Whee!
Fiddly Doom, and it was
Fiddly-dum.
Rasmo and Tikeri Hai. That almost sounds like Japanese, actually.
That's Finnish.
Oh, really? And what does it mean?
Tiger shark.
Seriously?
Yes.
Tikeri is tiger? That's
Yes.
so cute. Lovely.
And hai is shark.
Hi?
Mhm.
Okay then. And Seasoned
hi.
asked, did we get an answer to the anime character question? Yes, we did. Shimakaze from Kantai Collection, whoever she is.
So,
I don't know,
Sounds
but
like some anime or whatever.
yeah, of course, but that's the answer. And yeah, I'm not really good with animes either, but that was the answer. So some people might know it. And those scenes were always kind of connected, like just a little bit. Not much, but a little bit. And I think that since it's 9 p.m., according to British time, it's 8 p.m., soon we might welcome our guest today. But first we have to align it with him, if he is ready. So let's...
Are you ready?
Yeah, Chris, are you ready? I wonder if he hears us at the moment. I don't know.
He has his earplugs on. So he doesn't hear
probably.
all the snoring.
Probably not, because he said that he will be in a car. So I don't know. If he's driving, I really hope that he is not having his earplugs on, to be honest. Because there are things to pay attention to during driving. And obviously I'm talking to myself because I'm really shit with focusing during driving. So, you know. But not everyone is like that, so some people might be better at multitasking.
So you're talking to yourself while driving.
Yeah, not only. I mean, it's been a while since I have driven, but...
So you go, okay, so straight here, and then we go left until we didn't go right.
Yes, exactly.
Wait, what?
Yes, exactly. Go left until we don't go right. Yeah, that's how a Hungarian would use the logic, which doesn't make sense for anyone else. Never mind. So yes, and Kabel had a request.
Pock, pock, pock.
And this is also kind of confusion, artist-wise, the usual stuff. Dr. Doom and Comatron, or the Dead Guys. The Dead Guys and the Last Ninja Big Beatnik remix. And Chris confirmed that he might be around. So here
Yes,
comes
we heard that.
Yeah, I know. Squeak, squeak.
Squeak.
Yep, that's it. So we might return with him after the Dead Guy song. The Dead Guys and Last Ninja Big Beatnik Mix. So it appears that we are not alone with Slaygon anymore, because our well-respected guest is with us. Hi, Chris.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Don't know how well respected. I think people are a bit sick of me by now. I've been in their feeds for 21 days. Oh, 27 days. 27 days. They were like, oh, I know it exists, so back it. Then we'll stop.
Well,
It's like Brexit. If there's an extension, we have to do it again. I haven't got the energy.
You heard it, people. You don't want it to end up like Brexit, so back it.
exactly. That's a good argument. Make him shut up and back it.
How do you feel like towards the end? Because this is like a very it must be very exciting right now what will happen in the last 3 days, right?
I predicted on day one that it would be a squeaker, and everyone was like, nah. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Because based on first day backing, there's a certain pattern these things have, and it was like showing, I could tell by the end of the first day that it was going to be tight, and it really is. There was a big slump in the middle. It was August. I think everyone wasn't paying attention. It was between paydays. Question is whether we can make up for it now. We've added the licensing. People can license the tune for their YouTube or podcast or Twitch or video game or movie or supermarket opening or...
Yeah, because this is a new feature, actually, a new pledge in the Kickstarter that it's worth to share, because you added it today, right?
Yes, yeah. There's one of the backers actually said, look, I don't really want to go to Prague or listen to any things, but you know, if you gave me permission to use one of the tracks on my YouTube, I'd pay X amount. And we thought, okay, I'll take you at your word, and he did. So
wow.
that pledge level, so it's good as his word.
Excellent.
That was great, and that was it's amazing that we didn't think of it. So big ups to that. I can't give him a free pledge because of it.
I assume there are enough things to think of if you run such a project, right? So
yeah, it's funny because it's run as a charity, and when you think of a charity, people say, "Oh, I can't be giving away all that money. I'm not a charity." But if you're a charity, you can't give away all that money either, because then you've got no money. So as soon as you actually have a charity, you have to think, oh my good God, I haven't got any money. I've got to get some, and then I've got to be really careful with it.
yeah.
And you know, you're being watched by the charity commission and your fellow trustees. So it's a whole different kettle of fish.
Yeah.
And then there's arguments with the charity commission about, is it going to trade? Is it going to do this kind of trade? Is it going to do that kind of trade? Are you going to set up this company? It's a bit of a maze, really. Worth it, but a bit of a maze.
We have an important question from Troy Morrison, who asks, what does a no-deal symphonic release look like?
It sounds like this. Bugger.
Ah.
Except we record it on CD and send it out. Yeah. So that's how that works. Also we would throw all our money into a hole, and I don't know, probably kill people as well.
But I would say that the state that we are at a Kickstarter right now is also not that bad. It's like 682 people are backing this project.
It's good, but it needs to be 1,100.
Ah, okay.
The average pledge level.
Did everyone hear that? 1,100.
I mean, if everyone up their pledges, then you could get away with just under 1,000. It really depends. People who are backing it can buy extra copies for their friends, buy extra downloads, add a copy of just the chips, just up their money anyway because they're feeling flushed, like hardly anyone is these days. There's a lot of ways people could upgrade from a digital to a box copy. Well, I say box. more of a dual case.
Yeah, and it looks better as a gift. Let's be honest about it.
And they could do all of those things, but in the end, we still need new people, and it's felt quite difficult getting traction, even though I'm reliably informed that basically everyone in our little bubble knows about it. It just means that the bubble isn't big enough. It may turn out to be big enough. We tried going after the classical people, and that was a bit. I don't think they're quite ready for us yet until we've got the recordings. And we tried going after hedge fund managers with sad lives, and that didn't quite work out because their lives are too sad. It's because these people have had Commodore 64s and they're really rich, but somewhere along the line they lost it. They lost their love of SID.
Not everyone kind of kept the respect towards the 64, I think. So that was always a sort of.
I think you needed to be a bit of a creative mind in order to kind of be able to carry the love of SID down the years in a kind of musical way as opposed to a sonic way.
Yeah.
Because there's lots of people to whom SID was the SID played as the SID is a very nostalgic experience. But it took a creative mind to process that into something deeper and more meaningful that kind of infects you and makes you spend all your money.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. And I know people.
Like it did to me.
I also know people who, I don't know, for some mysterious reason, don't like the SID sounds, but they like some remixes. So yeah, it's crazy.
There's a much bigger potential audience for these arrangements than the retro market we're in. In many ways, it's almost too sophisticated for ears that just are satisfied with the three voice SID.
I was going to ask about that. If you think that like the symphonic stuff in and of itself is harder to market, because we do have that Glyn R. Brown and now Peter Clark with his version of Glyn R. Brown's Firelord that has been kind of number one or in the top list for 20 years. So what kind of a disparaging kind of thoughts do people have about this from your point of view? Hang up the modem.
Yeah, exactly that thought.
Did you flatline?
I think it's more in the realm of film soundtrack than it is in the realm of classical music. But then film soundtracks sometimes have a kind of like aimless, mushy quality, so they can fit into the actual movie. The era of strong themes doesn't seem to be hugely prevalent now, and this stuff is all strong themes and structure, and I think that makes it a lot more gives us a lot more variety across the CD than say doing a CD of just one game or a film soundtrack where you've got lots of individual cues and they all have to achieve a specific thing.
Yeah,
I imagine that would be quite thankless to compose in many ways. You would think, oh right, someone's opening a door, I've got to do this. What musical phrase can I have for like opening a door? And to make it worse, the directors have put a temp track on. So it's like, okay, we want in the temp track, he's opening the door to 9 Inch Nails. So you've got to do an orchestral version of something that's at the tempo of 9 Inch Nails because the director likes it, but now wants symphonic. And I think film music is probably a very stressful thing to do. It's very much better, more fun to do the Commodore 64 stuff because you've got no particular direction being forced on you by the money. It's a question of where the enthusiasm is for that particular genre and where the arranger takes it and where the composer wants it to go. Rob's been having a great deal of fun with this. I mean, he'd do orchestrating for the rest of his life if he could. He's happy as the sandlark. and that's why he's kind of sad that the Kickstarter appeared to lose momentum and may not fund. I mean, he actually wrote a lament for KS and put it on YouTube because he's so sad. He's got crashing waves and everything. Look it up. And it's like, Rob is sad, and I'm like, I did this to Rob. I made him sad. I didn't mean to make him sad. I want to make him happy.
Aww.
People made him sad. It gave the Kickstarter too high a total, and it was the total it had to be. The one show was going to come on. We needed something to pick that up, because Rob has already said before the concert we need to go to Prague and record all this stuff. I mean, the concert was great, but there was a very little amount of time for him to get some creative control over what was going on. He felt kind of like a hostage to the diary. And the sheer lack of rehearsal time that was there compared to the amount of original material they had to play. They did a great job in the end, whole film.
Yeah.
But the fine tuning that Rob would have wanted to do, there just wasn't the time or the opportunity to do it. And in a recording studio with Czech Studio Orchestra, they come in, they can all sight read. And that means you've got a lot more time to go, okay, let's balance these, and then you can balance it all in the mix as well, which means you can get it all absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
And that's then the reference track. At the moment, our renders, Slaygon's renders are the reference track. But I did all that work with Slaygon, and now we're just tossing it out the window and saying, right, we want a real orchestra now. It's still good, but it's kind of like I put all that work in. Now I'm like, I want to make myself obsolete.
Yeah.
Okay. But that's the way it goes. Real orchestras trump renders, especially if they're studio orchestras that are producing the kind of massive John Williams-y, James Horner sound that we're all craving. I mean, some of this stuff will blow heads if we manage to get into that studio. I mean, fuck's sake, Zoids on an 85-piece orchestra. There are people who can't imagine in their heads what that would sound like, and don't even get that it's something that they should be excited about. I don't get that, but those people exist. I talk to them on Facebook. So
maybe we should show them a preview now, so they can have some idea.
Well, go for Spellbound, because Spellbound is all about Arabian marketplaces, and I feel rather like an Arab trying to sell things.
Okay, yeah, okay, absolutely. So let the music speak for itself, and after that we will come back. Okay?
Rob Hubbard, arranging Rob Hubbard. With a few ideas from me, to be fair, but he again took my piece, said, I'll just change a few things, and then changed everything.
Okay. So here comes Spellbound. Wasn't this wonderful? A very nice version of
Fiddly-doo.
Spellbound.
Oh,
Fiddly-doo.
wait. No fiddly-dum at the end of that one.
No, that's not the
Rob
one.
my lamb.
Yep.
Right. So we have a question from a potential backer here. Michael Wildhagen is asking you, after the friendly invitation by Chris, I would like to back that project, but I have one question regarding the Blu-ray thing. What's on that Blu-ray? It says 8-Bit Symphony at Home Blu-ray. Can't figure it out. Is it a video Chris playing all the instruments live at home in his bedroom? Is it a video recording of the whole event? Please enlighten me.
At the whole concert, we had lots of video footage, game footage, and videos that we projected onto the big screen that people watched while they were listening to the orchestra. It's basically that with on the 8-Bit Symphony at Home Blu-ray. It has the renders that we played of the tunes we played in the concert, and for the VIP level, the Blu-ray is the actual studio recording, except mixed in surround sound by, well, you, Slaygon, and Marcel. So it's a Blu-ray of the video game footage that people saw on the big screen. That was like the Ben tribute video and the Rob Hubbard tribute video, and space games and fighting games and whatever, along with the version of the tunes that were in the concert. So it doesn't have the recordings from Hull, and it doesn't have video recording of the Hull performance by the orchestra. But what it does do is recreate the experience that people had in the hall, which was watching the video and listening to the tunes. If you were watching a DVD, you would be watching people watching, which is a very indirect way of enjoying a concert. As it is, and it's almost as if you've got the whole concert hall in your home.
So when is the VR version coming out?
Possibly never. So there's that. We've got to do extra. The extra videos that will be on the new Blu-ray, as opposed to the one we had at for concert visitors. We'll have new videos for Zoids, Spellbound, and Nighttime if Nighttime makes it. It might not, but it will make it into a future concert, even if it doesn't make it into the studio. We've got a certain amount of time to record stuff. If we have some time left at the end, we'll do Nighttime. So get it prepared and then go into the studio and see how things went. There's plenty of time to get everything else done. Nighttime is kind of like the bonus track on the end. Rob loves it. I love it. It's a great track. And you're going to play it now, I guess. It's a great track. It's so catchy, and it started on the Spectrum. The Commodore 64 version is very different. It was by David Whittaker, but somehow it's just really catchy, and it also appears on Hubbard 80 with Rob and Marcel doing it.
Yeah, we definitely can go with it. So Nighttime, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Nighttime is the right time.
Nighttime is the right time.
I hope I answered that chap's question anyway.
Yeah. I guess so.
Special feature is me on the toilet, but I can't tell the censors because they put
it's good acoustics, so I heard.
Yeah, I even sing.
We will come back with more details after the song. nighttime.
Oh,
Nighttime. I'm trying to figure out why the Y in the time. Because
I have no idea. But as I was saying, thank you for stopping me committing suicide in the middle of that song. I'll stick around for the end of the Kickstarter.
Yep, we would be really happy if you wouldn't. Please don't.
Well, just because you're you.
Just because of us? No, not
No,
only. Who keeps the scene alive? Come on.
yeah. And
Oh, I don't know.
Sid Man says that sounds amazing. Yes, it does.
Yeah, and you can make it happen. Every one of us can make it happen together. We just have to unite our forces. That's the most important.
Yep. I mean, one of the challenges going forward, especially if this doesn't fund, is to actually actually use the charity properly to actually raise funds with things like with other things, organic fundraising, selling. There's an artist who wants to draw some C64 pictures, acrylic on canvas to sell for that, licensing to orchestras and whatever to generate the funds so that you can crowdfund later on with a smaller total. So it's kind of like essentially the campaign never ends, but it just switches focus. The campaign with the charities, like organic stuff, like sending out a mail shot to orchestras all over the world with a nice glossy brochure and the renders and the concert program and a CD of the conductor scores, so all these orchestras know that these pieces are available and that they can perform them, and try and get them performed in as many places as possible.
Yeah.
While raising money from that in order so that we can do concerts and recordings and all the other stuff. If we had 2,000 people interested in this stuff, we could achieve so many miracles. As it is, we're just kind of scraping by. We're just kind of like clinging with our fingernails to the next step. And we get there because we're all really stubborn and people are wonderful, but boy, we could do with twice as many people.
Yeah, I think it's a matter of reach, and well, since Rob's online presence is sometimes kind of unknown in real time, maybe he could be also like.
Well, yes, I mean, he is apart from when he's going to the Fast Loaders concert in Bergen on next month.
Oh yeah,
which is good. So people can go there and meet him there and have a chat, because he's once he's got a beer in his hand and there's some music going, he's an amazing person to talk to. So many stories. But online, that's not a natural state of being, I think. He's not of the generation that thrives on that kind of impersonal, slightly pushy kind of expectation thing. He's very much a person for like the real meeting and the real orchestra and the real this and the real that. He's a very real person.
Well, we can also say that you are channeling him in that way, because you are his channel to talk out, basically, also with this.
Well, I have to be a proxy, and sometimes it is more difficult to elicit passion in other people because I'm telling them that Rob is. I mean, the Kickstarter video has an interview with Rob, and you can see how passionate he is about the project.
Mm-hmm.
But as an ambassador, I think he would find it very tiring, and that's always been my job. And sometimes people go, "You're just ambassadoring for yourself." Oh, no, why would I do that? So especially this time when it's for a project where the money is ring fenced. It's charity ring fenced, looked at by trustees, etc., etc. It is the project. So it's different to all the other Kickstarters. Yeah, it's just looking forward and trying to take C64 music, get it performed more live events, awareness events, books. Oh, we can do so much. All it would need is one oil shake with a big wallet and a Sid fetish. And
Or just a good reach.
That doesn't happen. That's a Hail Mary.
No, I'm pretty sure that on the surface of the planet Earth, there are even 2,000 people who are interested in this. The question is if you are able to reach them on time, and that's the only question, really.
And that's the million-dollar question, because you've got people who like it but forgot they like it. And the subset of the only thing connecting all the people who had a Commodore 64 back in the day is that they were the same age. That's it. And to be fair, probably white and male, because that's how the world worked at the time, which is unfortunate, because I wish that had been a more inclusive time. I'm glad there were some.
There's been some progress.
Yeah, there has. But yeah, it was kind of a very middle class thing. It felt like.
Oh, definitely.
Doing it. And that's mostly partly it was the disposable income thing. Partly it was I don't know what it was. The 80s was not a good time for diversity.
Not really, no.
Yeah.
So I mean, but at the concert, the tunes that were being played, there were grannies in the audience, there were children in the audience, and they were lapping it up because it is just good music.
Yeah.
You get people to listen to it and sit down in a world where no one has the time to pay attention to anything much, because it's so stressful and there's so much demand on your time. If people listen to this music, they would understand how good it is. It's as good as I think. I'm exaggerating probably in musical professionals, in classical people would say, "Oh, you're exaggerating." But I think some of this music is as good as anything that was ever composed.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, to me, it's certainly more enjoyable. I'd rather listen to Fire Lord than I would to the Magic Flute. I mean, that's just me. I grew up well. But with Fire Lord, it's not even nostalgia for the original game, because the tune is because Glyn's treatment of it was very, very different.
Yeah.
So it's stuff I fell in love with later on, and still think, it's certainly got a part of my canon.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of both, that the originals and the emotional connection you had to the... because many of us, I think pretty much everyone we have spoken to has said that, well, I recorded the SIDs onto my Walkman and kind of listened to that all day. So you do have that part in there, but once you get out of the SIDs themselves, you only have a few hooks into that thing, and then the remixes kind of take over in a sort of sense, and these are in essence just an extension of the remixing scene, so to speak. Yeah,
and it's certainly an objective fact that there's musical worth in many of the remixes. But especially the orchestration, which have been through so many different layers and so many different skilled people.
Yeah,
and they've come out dynamic, they've come out melodic. They're just brilliant, and that's something that has the potential to bring in new fans, bring in new generation. I mean, my daughter loves this stuff, and she did the illustrations for the concert. And it's her ambition now to put Commodore 64 music in anything she does in the future, in terms of like animations or.
Oh, how lovely! And you do know that the concert also had a young visitor, a friend of ours, and his daughter came, and his daughter is about 11 years old, I think, and she was also grown up in these tunes because of her father, and she enjoyed it a lot. So And to be honest, when I heard first Glint's remixes, I think back in 2003, I was also tied up to SIDS after that. So it was Glint's work, it was several remixers' work, but this is how it all started. And there could be people coming in from that direction too.
Yeah, I mean, if it gets into concert halls, and if you get a couple of these tunes into programs which have other stuff like kids tunes or film tunes, like you might have like a soundtrack concert in Switzerland, for instance, that has like 2 Commodore 64 tunes and Back to the Future. And that would be great if that happened, because it's validation.
Yeah.
It's like getting it out there so that people enjoy it and remember it, and it's the way the radio works with the pop industry is you're forcing people by chance to listen to the same thing over and over again until they get to like it. That happened with us and the SIDS because we had to listen to the tune because we were playing the game.
Yeah.
These days you can't do that. You've got Spotify, but people don't tend to discover things unless they're just in this playlist, which again forces things onto them, which they weren't asking for, but which they might enjoy. It's very difficult to do that push now. I mean, one of the things about the recording was to get them on classical stations, so that they are put in front of people without people having to ask for them, so they can enjoy it on its own merit. It's kind of selfish in a way, saying, I want my work to be played at people even if they don't want it. But that's the only way people get to enjoy things. Because if you think about it, people will usually not voluntarily go out of their way to listen to something new if they don't know what it is.
Yeah,
that's not how people work.
Yeah, it happens rarely, but recommendations has taken tremendous amount of times me too to ways that I didn't know that I want to go, and later on it turned out that we do. So you never know.
And that's the only thing we've got, really. I mean, in the Kickstarter video, we obviously have all the samples of almost everything, I think, and an update with Spellbound Nighttime, the Planets video with Zoids in it, and so people at least can listen and get a very good idea about what it will sound like, and that's really the best we can do. But if they don't visit the Kickstarter because they don't know what they're going to get and they don't much care, or if they're only intrigued to think, oh, it's probably scratchy, you can't really do very much. There's only so much power words have to be able to get someone to click a link when they have no idea what they're going to find. And there's only so much text I can write, and in so many ways that gets people to try and picture it in their heads as to what it actually is, like Commodore 64 got John Williams, or stuff like that. I mean, I've been doing that on ads. I'm not entirely sure how well it works, because you only have a certain amount of words to be able to communicate that, and it's kind of a frustrating experience because you can't communicate passion in words.
Yeah, and which words would be triggers for other people is different from what would be triggers for you.
Yeah.
And I'm as clueless now as I was when I started Kickstarter, frankly.
But probably with a bit of more experience now, I think.
Well, I know not to do Facebook ads with too much text in them, that's for sure. And not to have any more projects with like 15 million CDs, but that's just a recipe for years of being chained to a project when you can't actually do anything else. And then someone comes along and says, "Oh right, this project needs to happen," and you go, "I'm already on the other project. It's my dream." Oh, okay then, it's all right then. There are very few of the Kickstarters I've started that were actually my idea. It was people coming to me with a passion project, like Ninja Musicology was Jarl's baby, and Project Zoology was Marcel's baby, and Back in Time 2015 was Al Busby's baby. And about the only Kickstarter that was actually mine was Bit SC and Project Hubbard as well. So the first 8-bit Symphony Kickstarter was the main one, because that was what brought me back into the scene after I'd kind of left.
Okay, so yeah, we can still say that you are also channeling Rob Hubbard, which is an important thing, I think, for many fans. So, since I know,
I think he kind of relies on me to do that.
Yeah,
exactly. I'm not sure I always get it right.
Yeah, I think it's important thing to say, because there are a tremendous amount of fans out there that would love to hear about him more, of course, and would love to support his projects as well. And they can definitely do it through you, which is a great thing. So it's important to say that as well.
He's written quite a lot of text for the book as well. There's some really great material in there about his days gigging and touring. Days of bar fights and people smearing poo on microphones. Pretending to be other bands because the other band didn't turn up. You think, what are you doing, Rob? And then he discovers electronics, goes into the studio and kind of never looks back. I think he was getting a bit tired of gigging around. Although he kept doing it. Then he got into electronics when he went to the studio with the guy from Lindisfarne. And they did their album together in 1983, which will be, again, in Project Hubbard. The recording of what they did in the studio. It's called Work Opera. And got the Electronics magazine, got the Commodore 64, and the rest is fairly well documented, but there's some interesting twists and turns. Getting a handle on Rob's timeline sort of softography was difficult because there are two games in his repertoire, in his early history prior to Sing on the Spring, and that's Razzmatazz and Paranoid Pete, but they were actually the same game. Except he was told to reskin Paranoid Pete with the strawberry in order to turn it into Razzmatazz. So I was trying to work out, well, Paranoid Pete must have been first. It must have had these tunes, like Synth Sample 3 and whatever. And to Rob, it was all one experience, but to me, it was two very distinct games. I was trying to work out which tunes from Synth Sample 3 had gone into which one. Eventually worked it out. Synth Sample 3 is basically Paranoid Pete stroke Razzmatazz music, plus a couple of demo pieces. And the first piece he ever did on the Commodore 64 was the bass line from Thing on the Spring, which was to test his driver, and the Blue Danube Waltz. So there we go.
And
so I'm sensing.
Sorry?
I'm sensing in the wind you might want to play a big stompy tune like Boy.
Yeah, I think we.
Well, I might be guessing.
yes, that's a good
Just
guess.
A wild
That
guess.
is a very good guess, and
I got my prediction ability from Spellbound.
Aha! Your guesses are better and better by time, and even after that, we have some requests that might be interesting for you as well. I think so. So yeah. We might proceed with Zoids from Rob also as a preview, and I think we still can come back like after that, maybe for a short.
Okay.
If you are okay with that, okay.
I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm just waiting. My daughter's in ninja lessons.
Oh, right.
She is literally becoming a ninja. She could actually kill me. And she's run out of money, so she might have to.
Aww. But first, the Kickstarter should be founded.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's charity money. She can't have that.
Okay, so here comes Zoids from Rob, and we come back after that. Oh, there's something in the end. No.
It's just that's kind of pause it. I think.
Kind of pause it. Okay,
Yeah,
I
think
kind of
that's,
paused it.
kind of an extra bit that was copy pasted onto there
Bonus.
from one of the one of the tracks.
Bonus material. It's never quite as good as the main stuff.
Anyway, yeah, it's slowly the number of backers they are growing still, and people, Rob Hubbard and Chris Abbott, are asking for your help. 3 days left, and you can join
I think if we played. Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Do you think if we played Zoids twice as fast, the number of backers would speed up?
Yeah. Anyone can join the 685 backers, including us. So, at least we are 2 of them. So, we and 683 other backers. Yeah, we will see how far it goes. Is there something happening on the other end?
Put the drill down.
There was a motorbike just went by.
Oh, right. Okay.
Just checking kick track, and it's now 65% of the goal.
So it didn't
According to
remain on
the-
64. Look at that.
That's
Yeah,
always a bit laggy.
yeah, it's about an hour behind. So
The motorcyclist was Martin Galway on his way to the Tesla shop, by the way.
Oh.
So, you know.
Geir Chelta says that was quite a neat version of Zoids. Yes, it is.
And there are more to come. Especially if we make it happen. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, how awesome is that ending? If you're in a concert hall with the London Symphony Orchestra, listening to that, you'd be in tears. You would just spontaneously combust all over the all over the ice cream seller. You really would.
And those who were in the concert hall, they really know. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was.
They said constant goosebumps and such reviews after that. So just so you know, I don't know if you got those because you might have been busy with a lot of other things then. But
Well,
yes.
yeah. It seemed like people enjoyed it, and they very much got into the spirit of things. And I think that the video turned out to be really important to conveying some of the context and flavour of the pieces, a sense of place and time with those videos. But I think the children were kind of looking at it agog because it wasn't just one game; it was a journey through different genres, and there were always going to be games that people hadn't seen before, even though they'd lived through that period, and that was good too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in the middle of Fire Lord, there was a game called Hair Raiser, which is, by common consent, one of the worst games ever written. And it basically just has trees. It says something like, everything is fine. Everything is wonderful. The peace of tranquility. And in the middle of, and if you put that, which is generally terrible stuff, in the middle of the quiet bit of Fire Lord, it suddenly acquires a whole vista of meaning that wasn't there before.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the wonderful thing about the human brain. It's so good at meshing pictures to music and creating its own feelings from that.
Oh yeah.
Quite a lot of the videos where we put one of the tracks from 8-Bit Symphony onto a completely unrelated video and then watched in amazement as it worked. My brother Pete is very good at doing that, and I went down to visit him, and I played him a track, and he says, "That sounds like the turtle, the Red Turtle trailer would fit that." One of the things he did realise was that Sanction from Hubbard 80 goes really well on a trailer from Metropolis, the old robot.
Yeah.
And I'll be doing that at some point, making that work, and it really does. It works really well. It's almost spine-tingling how well it goes together. And the sci-fi one, Lex, that was with the last V8, that worked brilliantly as well. Even the swooshes were in the right place, and that was a complete accident. So it's been immense fun seeing what you can put these tracks to, and then watching as the synchronicity works itself out, and your brain says, "Oh yeah, that is like that's always been there," like the planets thing.
Yeah, well, editing video is a lot like bars in music. You do have a certain tempo to them.
Yeah. In this case, what had happened is I didn't even have to edit the video. It just went on top of the track and worked. And it worked because my brain was making it work. But it wasn't just me. It was obvious. It was there were cues like a particular sound effect accompanying a particular thing on screen.
Mm-hmm.
And the going from a chorus to a verse is a time when the focus of the trailer went from space to people. And it was amazing. Just you stick two things together, and then suddenly they're just working. And you think, well, maybe they should do that for all film soundtracks, especially with Commodore 64.
Yeah.
Yeah, the beauty of video cutting and editing. I think that moment when you get the sync, it's always a goosebumps moment. So
it really is. It's just wow, that worked. There was a bit in the concert actually where I was sitting at the side of the stage, and purely by accident, the orchestra hit a bit of war just as the space shuttle on screen was taking off, and I was like, oh yeah, that timing. And because the orchestra weren't on a click track, they were just playing at whatever speed the conductor felt like. I mean, Trap was played quite a bit slower than, or everything was played quite a bit slower than the renders, to the extent that a 90-minute concert actually took almost 2 hours. So it had to be played a lot slower.
Yeah.
And what that meant was a lot of the videos finished early, but there were some interesting timing coincidences that were lovely. Even though we'd never put them in, it was just the audience was seeing this for the first time as well as us. So they were seeing a version of the video and the sound that we'd never done. They had their own unique experience then. They will never have that experience again. It's not on. Well, okay, it is on a bootleg video, but it's never the same. And it's quite a small screen because it's from the balcony. So it's much better to go into the studio.
Yeah, it certainly would be. And
but in the studio, they're not going to be going off a click track either, so we'll have to edit the video to change the length. Because the versions in the studio are organic and the tempo of the composer. It's not rigidly to the click track because we don't need to do that. We've got all the orchestra there. We don't need to overdub.
yeah. Well, it's not that much time left. And what do you see now? Like, what exactly you predict within these 3 days? I know it's hard to tell, but do you have plan A, plan B, plan Z options? And what we can think of as for the near future?
Well, if it doesn't work out, I've got stuff to sort out in my own life. But it's basically get the charity properly up and running, start fundraising, start evangelism of all the tunes to orchestras and film and media and whatever. Because when you've got the charity, you've got a vehicle for people to be charitable to you and know that the money is being properly controlled. And once we've got a pot, we can then do things with that pot, like have a Kickstarter, this exact same Kickstarter, but for 40,000, which would be great because we would have already been there.
Yeah.
And so basically raise as much as we can. And if the one show happens to pop up, then we need to have a campaign ready to push the button on the day it broadcasts. Just because you can't have a broadcast to millions of people like that and not have something to try and pick up the people who have got interested. You've got to be prepared for that. That's what this Kickstarter was about, and it failed. Rob, it's very doubtful they will ever broadcast it. In which case, we'll once we've raised offline maybe 15 to 20,000, and if it's not too long, we can come back and try again. Even if the BBC choose not to show up, because we're not their bitches. We're not their BB bitches.
Did I hear a bit of stutter in there? Bitches.
Well, okay. So, crossing fingers.
Yes, usual please, and sorry for invading your timelines. I do feel very bad about it, but you really should be making Rob a happy man, getting him into that Prague studio, which is where he wanted to be all his life. This is what's been leading up to. That's why he's realistic but disappointed if it doesn't happen. I don't want that.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, we will.
And of course, it's where Ben wanted to be, and he can't.
Oh, yeah.
That's upsetting. I mean, I was sitting down with him December 2016, working on Trap, and he'd already been through. He'd come out of chemo. He was very tired, and that was, the last time I saw him was at Retro Computer Museum. But we worked very hard that weekend on his arrangements and orchestrations, and he was like, "I want to conduct Trap." I was like, "Yeah, his guns have slowed down. He might make the concert, because he would have conducted Trap at the concert."
Yeah.
But
No doubts.
What can you do? And there's a window of opportunity while we're all still alive, and while we all remember this stuff, to get it out there and get it into whatever's left of history after climate change is finished with it. So, there's big things going on. we can't affect them, not that much. So we might as well just create our little own island of beauty around here and try to spread it. All we
Yeah.
can do.
Indeed.
Making somebody happy.
So, is there a climate change proof scorebook in the works?
No, I'm afraid it'll get soggy.
As long as you can wipe it off with some sort of rag or whatever.
Perhaps we should laminate it like we did with the fast loader score.
Yeah.
We didn't expect it to be that laminated. You could spill a beer on those things, and they would still come out okay.
Yeah.
But then you can spill a beer on the fast loaders, and they come out okay as well. Try that in Bergen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That definitely works.
Spill beer on the fast loaders. They'll thank you for it.
Yeah, exactly. Here's another idea, by the way. Instead of laminated, go hardcore rock. The chiseled score sheets.
Oh, yes. Stone tablets.
Exactly.
I think that's what they did with Chuck Rock. So people got hurt.
And well,
Chuck Rock actually, Jarl wants to do a version of Chuck Rock. He's really keen to do his Amiga Rock Kickstarter, which has been put on hold for many months.
oh,
Thanks to the event. So he's doing a triple album Kickstarter. And that's not a Chris Abbott Kickstarter, that's a Jarl H. Olsen genuine Kickstarter. He wants
okay.
to do a three album Amiga remix thing in his traditional, it'll be stunning.
Well,
In
He's really
his
keen to get
traditional
going.
Jarle style.
Yes. I mean, he's a musician. Music is what he does.
yeah.
And this is the only way he wants to spend his life, really. So, I hope people have enough energy to support that. I mean, it's the Amiga community, so I hope the Commodore 64 community won't feel like victimized or anything. I'm sorry, I'm trying this. Too many people, too many projects. Sorry. But Jarl is an amazing talent.
He really is, yeah.
Yeah. And next month, you people, everyone, can meet you, right? Jarle and Rob Hubbard as well, if you come to Bergen, Norway.
I can't go. I've got to go to Moscow that
No,
weekend.
really?
To sort there's some stuff come up with a bank.
Oh
in Moscow.
no, seriously?
My mother-in-law's estate. So it's all sorts of like death stuff.
Oh my god.
To be at Luton Airport at like some ludicrous time in the morning on Sunday morning. So flying back from Bergen just wasn't in it.
No.
I was busy, but I was going to go. But Rob Hubbard's there, so he can fill in for me.
Yeah, just give the man a beer and he's good to go.
Well, to be fair, all I do at these events is sit around trying to sell things anyway, so might as well just do that at home.
Well, I guess then we might ask, do you have any last messages or words for now, for the people and those who are on the fence maybe in these last 3 days?
If they're still on the fence after having heard Zoid Nighttime and Spellbound, they're just going to get fence marks in their bum.
That's a good point. Yeah.
The music speaks for itself, really.
Yeah.
The music speaks for itself. It's the holy grail of Commodore 64 remixing. If we get this chance, we may get another chance. But it's better if it happens earlier rather than later, because you never know what life is going to bring, including illness or dramatic things or whatever. Life is always thrown at you. So we've got this window and we kind of need to use it.
Yeah, I agree completely. And guess what happened? People are requesting your songs. Would you rather want to hear Return of the Mutant Camels 99 mix or Light Force 2000?
I think we'll pay tribute to Ben with the Revenge of the RMC2. I love that tune.
Okay.
Although the version from Karma 64 is much better. But that one's still good.
So hang on a minute. I have to line this up. And Yeah, I think I will line this up right after Light Force because it might be that we don't have it right now here, and I don't know how it happened because we have everything. So
It should be right there.
yeah, it should be. I know.
Let's pay tribute to Ben Daglish by playing Light Force. Sounds like a plan.
Yep.
Because he was a light force.
Light Force. Indeed. Oh, and I get it. I totally get it.
And he totally was.
And yes, indeed.
Jedi Ben.
So, Revenge of the Mutant Camels 2, made by you, and thank you very much for clarifying a lot of things today related. Sorry?
Thanks for having me and stopping me committing suicide. Much appreciated.
Yeah, and we are seriously.
Thanks for not committing suicide on air. I appreciate it.
Please don't do that later either. Anyhow, it ends.
Well, I am in the car.
That's not funny. Get out.
That's what my wife said. I'll never fart again.
Okay, well, we wish a lot of success for these 3 days, and
Let's cross all our limbs.
yeah, and a lot of luck and a lot of reach and everything, and we really, really hope that it still can happen.
Thank you very much, Ziona.
Thank you very
see you
much as
later.
well.
Thanks, Slaygon.
Thanks.
Thanks, listeners.
Yeah.
Bye.
Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Chris Abbott from 2001. At least the remix got uploaded in 2001, but it was made in 97.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did a bunch of stuff in the mid 90s, and that didn't get released until later.
Yep. Yeah, it's always...
There wasn't really much of a scene in the mid 90s.
Or, well, the
remix
roots...
scene, that is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the roots started to kind of prepare then, I guess.
Yeah, I guess there was kind of a collective push towards some sort of more centralized place, and then Triad MP3s with that Kingfisher of Triad hosted popped up. Good source for a lot of stuff. And then, of course, RKO.
Mm. And Qued.
Yeah, RKO.
Yes, I know. Is Qued going on holiday this year?
Do
we know about it?
I haven't actually heard anything about that. He hasn't. Let me see. A remix in thing. Well, he hasn't said anything on the thingy. So, yeah, nothing official.
Yeah, I guess not now. Maybe later. But yeah, the releases are slowly flowing in as usual, so we will notice.
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
At some point.
At some point, indeed. So yeah, Chris left us alone, and the evening got like quiet again.
Yeah.
No, very soon we will do that too. I promise. I can definitely promise that. But before that, we have 1 or 2 songs still to play and a few requests,
which are not songs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't do beer requests. It would be way more complicated to deliver it within a half-hour time span all around Europe and the globe. So we do song requests instead. I know it's not that great, but...
When are they gonna invent the transporters? I want them now.
Yeah, you mean the teleporters?
Teleporters, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, transporters are for the shorter distances, I guess.
And then the teleporter can porter beers. Ha 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 ha. Sorry. Yeah, that means I'm really tired, actually. Yes, exactly. This was your type of joke, so don't look at me like that, okay? Okay, it wasn't that great, so you don't have to do it that many times. So Dr. Duke was requesting Chris Abbott tracks, it appears so, and we played the first request, which was Return of the Mutant Camels 99 mix. Oh, and he added Greetings from Germany. And I think we can also remember Chris's 2000 tracks with the Light Force 2000. That he also did around 2000-ish. We can say so. Yes, exactly. And let me just be precise with that. I'm checking the database. I am the database.
You check the database.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, actually, it's a funny thing that it got uploaded in 2002. There was a version 1, a version 2, and version 3 and version 4. This is Light Force 2000 that was requested, and it got uploaded in 2002 to RKO. So just so you know, it's not confusing at all. He did a few Light Force versions.
2000 something, all right.
Yeah, I know. So let's carry on. Chris Abbott's Light Force 2000. And there we go. Zidoder on Facebook asks, well, I thought Chris Abbott's 97-ish remixes came out of the original Back in Time CD.
I think he made those remixes first and then the CD came along afterwards. I don't remember now. But we could have asked him that earlier, but...
Yeah, but I think this comment came later.
Yeah.
And Facebook still want me to watch this video with happy cats. I really don't know what's up with this happy cats kind of thing. And cheers, Dr. Duke. I can see you in the shout box. So you're very welcome. Thank you for requesting. Very nice. So I seriously don't know which was the association by Facebook that Happy Cats is kind of related to our topics. If not our cats, who are, by the way, very impatiently waiting for us. And
it's always the last hour we're doing the show. They kind of get bored up there and start coming down here and complain.
Yeah, exactly. Literally.
Stop being down here now, humans.
Yeah, complain with such a voice that if you could hear it, probably everyone would laugh because it's hilarious how they complain. Yeah, it's a kind of hard thing to reproduce. Sometimes we would have to record that and play it. That would be fun, I think. And Tub64,
well, not telephone, it was a Skype call. Easier. We did a telephone call with Rob Hubbard, but that was the only one, I think. No, we did that with... didn't we do that with Chris Hulsbeck as well? I can't remember now.
I think with Chris Hulsbeck we Skyped.
Yeah.
With Rob we couldn't make the Skype work because I don't know what was the problem, or probably he didn't have one. So Rob's social media presence and all of that is kind of rare. In that sense, and also these chat applications, it's not really his thing, but this is why he is represented kind of by Chris Abbott. So if you support the Kickstarter, you support Rob Hubbard directly and his dream, which would be important to say, I think, mostly for Rob Hubbard fans, because there must be like tremendous amount of people out there. So, yeah, that's why it probably is an important thing to communicate that as well, because it's not only Chris's project. Sure, he is standing up for it, definitely, and he is doing tremendous amount of work with it. But you can make Rob Hubbard's dreams come true as well with this. So that's a big thing, I think.
And another important question here from Malthus. Can you cuddle the cat on stream?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's
right down there. On your right side.
Seriously?
Yes.
And then she escapes. So guess what is happening? Yeah, she is always escaping. So this is what you can see. Right now she is not on heat. And this is why she's escaping, and they both very much dislike when they are picked up. So I basically never do that unless she's really like meowing for that, because she's then you can basically do anything with her, and this is just hilarious. So then you can cuddle her. Otherwise, no, not really, unless they want it, of course. So. They are cats, after all.
Indeed.
Yeah. So, and cheers, Martus, by the way. Nice to see you around. So, we just didn't have time to react. And we have another request, which is DHS and Super Seg del Amore Citofono for your heart. And I'm not really sure if my Italian pronunciation is proper. Most probably not, but
mine certainly isn't.
Yeah, exactly. Trattoria, pizzeria kind of things. So yeah, here comes the ages.
Le sorpresegge dell'amore si apriano in questo petto, il loro suono travolgente, stilevo della trance, accompagnato dalla hi-hat, un duo potente clap, molto presto aguardano il suono del mio crash. Mi dispiace, sono sbagliato e ti confuso un po', ma questo pezzo è un casinato fatto dal DHS, tanto io sono svedese.
Oh, who's on air now? Look at that. Some happy cat is on air, at least. Maybe this is why it always kind of recommends. I will show you people this screenshot. It's really funny. I just have to share it on my Dropbox, which is cumbersome, but never mind. There we go. Yeah, paste, maybe. And yes, this is the screenshot that I see pretty much every time when we do a show in the latest weeks. And this is how it looks like
Where
in
are you
the
sharing that?
Facebook, because it's a Facebook comment.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, we don't get it why, but Happy Cats or Facebook seems to think that Happy Cats is the channel that would be happy to listen to Slay Radio.
They are happy cats.
Well, definitely here is one happy cat at least. And she's visible on the stream, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh. What's your opinion about that, Zelda? Okay then. We are happy that you are happy. Yeah,
It's
Top
very
64,
soothing.
it's Zelda. It is Zelda.
Yeah. Very soothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she will get cuddly soon or cuddly hair. So now sometimes she just visits us in the middle of the night just to purr a little bit. Yeah, that's how you do that. So she is really visible right now on the screen, I think.
Yes.
How
Yes.
she enjoys the cuddling. Yeah. Yep, she is cute.
Indeedly doodly.
Indeedly doodly. And yeah, she cannot live without us anymore. I think it's like their maximal, I don't know, level of being without us for like 3-4 hours, and then they have all kind of problems that we are not, where they got used to us.
Yeah, unless it's in the middle of the day, because then they just sleep most of the day anyway.
Yeah, as most of the cats do.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it works. How should we finish this beautiful evening in the last 10 minutes? I wonder.
What do we have in the request queue, if anything?
The request queue ran out.
Oh,
Imagine that.
Wow,
It
cool.
never happens.
So-
Today people were probably sleeping as we did as well. So
thanks and bye-bye.
don't be so vicious. Come on. Let's do something proper here. Maybe we could just prepare a wind down tune with something, but still we don't want to fall asleep. Let's introduce something new from RKO, I
Oh,
think.
yeah, she did
Or
not
not?
finish transmission. Hold on, Michael.
What?
There.
Ah.
There we go. Little lady.
Or you can listen to Zelda. That also works.
Yeah, that's a good wind down tune.
Yeah, kind of works. Well, we
Well, I
could.
don't really have any suggestions for wind down tunes. Like
I
I said, I cannot brain today.
Yeah, it's okay because I have one. It's it looks nice and it looks like you saved it at least there, but I'm not sure if it's indexed. And It will be an outrun tune, I think. Magical Sound Shower version. And it's the latest upload or latest addition to RKO. And I just have to, yes, it's Light Side, made by Light Side. And I don't know if I heard a ranger's name or he might be a newcomer. But we can definitely check this thing out.
It's a newcomer this year. Started in June.
That's pretty cool. Okay. We are always happy about nice newcomers, and definitely it appears like he did 3 remixes so far. And yeah, as for a newcomer, it's really nice because his remixes are rated in the orange range mostly. So yeah, I think that could actually work as a wind down. But before that, of course, we still have 1 or 2 things to say. Since it's Thursday evening, you always know that if you want to aim for a live show on other days of the week, you can tune into Post Radio, where they generally have live shows all the evenings, almost all the evenings except Thursday. And yeah, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday with the Hum Show with Boz, of course. And don't forget to tune into Zidu. Zidu there is also with us, by the way. And yeah, don't forget his show as well. He's doing a show on Saturday on Buzz Radio. And what is coming up? I think that next week we might... we might have some surprises as always, but we will be definitely back next week on the 12th of September. And we will be also preparing for Function Party because it's going to happen next weekend.
Oh, shit. Is that next weekend?
Yeah, exactly. I know.
Ah, shit.
Yeah, I know. Oh my God, you have to go out. That's so horrible, right?
It's a big, dangerous outside world out there.
Horrible. Not in your living room. Jesus Christ. Couch potato. And your first ever multi-platform demo scene party, just so you know. So, yeah. But you know, several 64 sceners who will be there. So you won't get lost entirely. I'm just telling you, you don't have to be afraid, seriously. It's okay. You will survive somehow.
I will survive.
You will.
I will survive.
And we will see if we will have time for a last minute release.
Hey?
So we will see if we will have time for a last minute release, because if there will be anything, then it will be a very last minute thing, and yeah, kind of busy.
Definitely nothing from me.
Definitely nothing. Okay, well, you declared it. Yeah, that means still 8 days to go. So anyone feels like releasing anything on, well, actually Hungary's biggest demo scene event of the year, Function, then you can do that. And we might introduce 1 or 2 things next week as well from the party that happened in Poland last weekend. Jammer also did a quite nice SID. So, yep, you can expect some nice things coming up next week as well. And don't forget that now it's approaching, like we can say that it's almost like 2 days left from the Kickstarter, which is Chris's project and Rob Hubbard's dream coming true. And many of us, well, many other people like us want to make it happen. Namely, look at that, 688 now. So yeah, going up, and yeah, I think there will be a last minute rush, definitely. And thank you for everyone who backed so far the project, and yeah, we are really crossing our fingers to make it happen. So Was there anything that I forgot?
I don't think so. Zelda, do you have anything?
Yeah, she is still a happy cat. So I'm happy about that. Okay,
that's it then, I guess.
Yep. Thank you everyone for listening. Sorry that we were a little bit sleepy today, but we will try not to be as sleepy next week. I promise. We had a bit of a rough week. And here comes...
Get your own microphone.
No,
sorry. She didn't want her own microphone.
Aww.
Damn it.
You chased her away.
Yes, I did.
She has stage fright.
Yeah.
Yep.
The big microphone is fine, but the small one, nope.
Nope, it's her size. She won't talk into it. Especially that it's a rubber. Yes, never mind. So, as a goodbye, thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you for keeping up with us. And next week we see each other again. And here comes...
You will see us at least.
Yeah, exactly. And we will see you in comments and virtually and all of that. And I think we will finish the show with Light Side, one of our newcomers for this year. And this is the latest RKO release, which is Outrun Magical Sound Shower Piano Live.
Good night.
Good night.
And thanks for tuning in tonight. Bye-bye.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Commodore 64, Commodore 64,
8-bit
No shit.
Slay Radio.